Hello, ladies. Welcome to another story time with your coach, Tara. So, your life coach, Tara, is here. And so, this has been such an incredible journey thus far. And I am so grateful to be doing these videos, encouraging you ladies, sharing whatever it is that I have to give. A reason why I choose to do these videos and share with you ladies on hope on the other side, outside of toxic relationships, is because there is a gap between generations. So I am 37 years old, and this is the year of 2025. So I'm 37. So there is a gap between the generation before me and my generation where women were not educating us like they should. I think that we all have a responsibility on this earth to be giving back what was given to us, freely given to us, whether we had to get it out the mud or whatever, it was just graciously given. We have an obligation to give back to the next generation. It should be flowing. And women are not doing that. And I am discovering women are not doing that. The generation before mine is because they're still in these toxic relationships. And that breaks my heart. So these ladies are not able to share that wisdom with us, beautiful ladies, because they haven't come out of it. So my purpose in my life is to help families. I am big on families. So how do I help families? We got to figure out where the disconnect is, right? And it starts with building healthy relationships, right? So that's why I do what I do. Story time. Okay. So, you guys, I explain why I do what I do. And I'm hoping that women like myself can step up to the plate to help these younger women know what it's like to be in a healthy versus toxic relationship. And if you guys are like me, I've never really experienced a healthy relationship, whether it be my mother, my father, my siblings. I've had some really good, healthy friendships. My friendships have been phenomenal. Some not, some really good. I'm really good with that. But relationships, of course, they were dysfunctional as well. So then we can sit back and say, well, Coach Tara, you were probably the problem. And you know what? I would tell y'all, I absolutely was part of the problem. I was, because I wasn't healing. I didn't know my self worth. So the reason why I kept going for what was familiar was because I didn't know what I had inside of me, right? So trying to stay on it. That's why I was always into different relationships, situationships, and then I eventually got married to my parents. Not literally, the guy that I married was like half and half. So I married what I was familiar to. And that is not what I want for the ladies coming up after me. Do not get married just because you want to do the right thing. When I got married, I wanted to do the right thing. I already had one kid out of marriage. And so when I met my ex-husband, what I was hoping for was stability. I was hoping to stay, to build all those things. And I put all that into it. And that's exactly what I did, where it didn't happen on the other side. My ex had other intentions, whatever they were. They were not good, but they were what it was. And I stayed for 14 years. And I'm gonna share something with you guys. I don't share a lot with people. So when my ex-husband and I were together, when we hit that 10-year wedding anniversary, I remember he was so excited. Like, he was just so excited. And I just remember thinking, this is terrible. If we spend another 10 years like this, I'm going to be a vapor. I'm not going to be here. Like, there's no way that I can mentally and physically go through another 10 years of that. So what I did was I eventually sat him down and I was like, okay, listen, I know you're excited and I'm glad you're excited, but this has been hell, right? And if we do another 10 years like this, I don't even know if I can stay. Where are we going? What are we doing? Like, I've addressed behaviors so many times in that marriage. So many times I was patient, I was gracious, I was very forgiving. But at some point it was like, where are we going? Because we can't keep doing this. So my ex knew, he knew my boundaries, he knew my expectations. And I even told him, if we need to split now, let's do so now. He chose not to. And I stuck around for a little while longer, and I realized it's not going to change. So my point is this, ladies, do not wait. Do not wait for 10, 15 years when you can get it together before then, right? And how can we do that? We do that through healing. We do that through education. We do that through, a lot of various ways. But ladies, we have to heal. Healing is our portion. Good women, good women, put an emoji in the chat, a heart emoji for good women. If you are a good woman, heart this, put it in the chat, because we're rare to come by, right? We're those women that are going to stick it out. If we married, we're going to stick it out because this is what we chose to do. And I respect that. I honor that. I honor a woman who honors marriage, because I still honor marriage, even though mine didn't work out. I still have hope. But I put my all into that. Yo, I prayed for that marriage for years. I prayed, I fast, I stood. I did all that I could in that marriage. And if you are with an unhealthy person mentally, if they're toxic, it doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to work. So when I had an opportunity to come out of it, I needed to come out of that because we were living in an unrealistic world. It's like a fantasy world when you're with somebody with narcissism, right? So that is a little bit of mine. I came out of that and it was hard as hell. Hard as hell to come out of that. I'm telling you, ladies, right now, when you have an emotional attachment, when there are soul ties, when there, you know, it's going to be hard to break that. And you can only break it with God. I didn't do it by myself. I did it with God, and I did it with some really good friends, right? But you've got to detach from what's unhealthy and not meant for you, especially if there's children involved. You don't want your children taking this and thinking that this is okay. This is what the older ladies before me did not sit with me. That's what they're not telling us nowadays because they're still in it. They're still with these unfaithful men. They're still with these men who are degrading. They're still with these men who don't like them. And I'm not putting any share of disrespect on these women because it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. But I wasn't built that way. God didn't build me. God didn't create me to have tough skin for someone to keep walking over me. That's not what God called marriage for. Marriage is, we're partners, we're building. You help me, I help you, right? All of you is all of me. That is a marriage. But if you're not in that, you got to get the heck up out of there because it's going to destroy you. But this is why I do what I do. And this is my story time for you ladies to say, this is your opportunity. You can't say you didn't know it, there's better. So as I was telling you, ladies, it's hard to come out of it. It's hard, but you know. But when you come out of it, I'm telling you, ladies, right now, y'all, life is great. My peace is unmatched. The Bible says, Jesus gave us his peace, not the peace of this world, but his peace. I finally experienced that after 37 years. The peace that the Lord was talking about, right? Come out of it, ladies. I promise you, it's peaceful. It's not toxic, and you can rebuild. It's time to rebuild. Let's rebuild what family is supposed to be, right? We're supposed to be moving together as a unit. I can go on and on and on with all this, y'all, but I'm going to cut it short right there because I really just wanted to give you a little bit of a story time and not go down a rabbit hole too much. But ladies, if you need a life coach, a relationship coach, if you need someone to walk this thing out with you, if you want to heal but you don't know where to start, I am your woman for this, y'all. I not only am helping you, but I've been through it. I was with my ex-husband for 14 years. Been through it. Anything imaginable, I've been through. So ladies, there is hope, health, prosperity, wisdom, all that on the other side of that toxicness, right? Let's begin to find you again. And if that's you, ladies, come on, let's go. Reach out to your girl. Everything will be in the description box. And thank you for joining this story time with your coach, Tara. I'll see y'all next time.